Hello, my name is Nick, and today I'm going to be showing you this Monterey 340 SY, which I am selling. So this is actually a video of the actual Monterey that I'm selling. A little story about the boat. Its name is Escape, ESC, and this is actually my first ocean boat. Before this, I had a 24-foot Axis Lake Boat, and I wanted to get a ocean boat. But this being a larger boat, this is a 34-foot, 35-foot with a swim platform boat. I wanted something that'd be easy to drive and something I'd be comfortable with. And the idea was to use this as a condo on the water. Our main harbor is down in Warwick, Rhode Island, and we kind of had this hope of taking it from Warwick down to Florida and then flying back and forth over the winter. But again, upgrading to this larger boat, we were a little nervous about how hard would it be to steer and control and getting in and out of the harbor. So we definitely knew we wanted something with joystick controls. This way, if the wind or the current was bad, it'd be much easier to control. The other thing we really wanted was dual engines. In this case, just in case something went wrong with the boat, we'd have a backup engine. We first went to the Newport Boat Show to take a look at all the different boats out there. There's a lot of different sport yachts out there, and we saw the Monterey. Really impressed by the quality of it compared to something like the Searay, Sundancer, or like the C options, and just kind of the price. You get more bang for your buck, if you will. It has a nicer interior, we thought. Just the seatings inside, the layout, some of the hardware was nicer. The only thing is the new Montereys are about $400,000, so they're a lot of money, and we knew that the price, in all boats dropped dramatically the first year or two, so we wanted to look for something secondhand. So that's where we found this boat. It had about 100 hours of boat usage, so we wanted something pretty low, which was good. But right away, sometimes when you first get the boat, generally that's when you have issues. So we know 100 hours in, all the issues have been kind of worked out. So we jumped on that. We wanted to we knew with some of those good deals don't last long, so we went ahead and purchased that. Spent all summer kind of learning it and exploring and doing, checking out different places in Rhode Island. And we liked it so much that we took it to Block Island, we took it to Martha's Vineyard, and we took it to Boston. So that was a lot of fun. Now that we've gotten the boat, we really like the the Yacht Life, and we want to get a larger boat. So we decided on selling this, but before we did, we wanted to take it down to Florida via the Intercoastal, and that was an absolutely amazing trip. It took us about 12 days to do, and we probably did maybe 5 to 7 hours per day, depending on the weather, and if we stopped in for some lunch and stuff like that. Cruised down a nice 35 miles per hour. Stopped in New York City, we visited Atlantic City, North Carolina, and finally our destination was Jacksonville. That's where it is right now. Another hope we had to do over the winter is visit Bahamas and Key West and just explore all these kind of neat areas. Right now we're working, so we're flying back and forth from Florida. So we're not in a super rush to sell this, but we definitely want to upgrade and get a larger boat and possibly just sell the house and just live on a boat full time. Big plus about this listing is we're not selling with a broker. That allows you to save about 10% compared to other Montereys on the market that are selling with a broker, because the broker is going to take 10% right off the bat. So you lose, whatever settle price, they basically take down out commission. So that's what all of the boats have, and therefore they have to charge a little bit more money for that. This is a United States Coast Guard documented vessel. It is still financed through the bank, so we still have payments to make, and which is important to know, because that means that the bank's verified the health of the ship, to make sure that everything's structurally sound. The bank won't finance a boat that is, obviously some kind of bad liens on it or something like that. So it's very good to have that checked out, and especially if you want to take it overseas, anything like that, it's very important as well. So I'm going to give you a little walkthrough now of the boat and show you some different features, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Thanks. Huge pro here is this back swim deck area. I really like this. I like the fact that this is something that the Searays don't have. You can actually kick this back and lay back and fish or just enjoy the sun. This has some additional seating out here, which is really nice. You can actually set up a table right here and get some food. This overhang, this hard top is really sweet. I prefer this to the canvas. Now this does come with some canvas in the back. If it was raining or something like that, you could actually put that over. Or if it gets very cold outside, this thing has some AC, so that's pretty sweet. The seating area right here, when I first saw all these consoles and controls, I was pretty overwhelmed. This has 2 engines here, so a lot more than mine. My other boat, which was a 24-foot, also has the joystick controls. I'm going to demo that in the water later, but it's taking the boat in or out. But it has the GPS, which I use a lot for depth and things like that. Lights, navigation lights, steering wheel's pretty good. This has a little walkway up here, which is kind of nice. If you're anchored up, you can get through this. This Velcro and unzips right here. It's got your radio right here. This is good for calling in either the Coast Guard, or a lot of times you need to call for gas, things like that. I added a place for my phone right here because navigation, you want usually 2 different types of navigation, the backup system, if you will. So I've added this here. Also a charger. And I did upgrade my music to Bluetooth. That's something I really think they should have had to begin with, but they didn't. But I added the upgrade. Wasn't that bad for the upgrade there. So the seating right here is pretty nice. You can just kind of lounge here. Oftentimes you're going up to take the buoys up and down. But as far as up here, this is pretty nice. Now this thing kicks up. So if you want to lounge in the sun, that actually kicks up and you can lean that up, and it's great for laying in the sun. The anchor has this automated, it's called a windlass system, so that goes up and down. So that is pretty sweet. And also a spotlight, and that you can control from the front. And then has the Raymarine and also a really high powerful antenna as well. And actually this thing's pretty nice on the top. If it gets really hot, which it does in the summer, you can open that up and it takes that hot air right out. The engine compartment's down here, and I'll show you that in a bit later. The actual whole thing tilts up, which is really cool. I've had to go in the engine a couple times already, so it's really nice to be able to get in there and get full access to that engine. Also back here, something I've used and would look for in another boat is the rear shower. So it's got hot and cold, and this is great for rinsing off after you've jumped in the salt water. So that's feature I really enjoy. Speaker system's great. Enough speakers all over the place. Sounds really clear. It has heat and AC up here, which I was out here in early spring, and I was blowing heat, and it was perfect. It was really nice, actually. So I haven't used AC for it, but could usually just open the window and get some cool breeze. So walk downstairs. So this actually locks and slides and has this locking thing. So if you're underway, you want to keep it open, you can kick that down. I do like the floors. I like this little bamboo mesh that they have. That's really nice, easy to keep clean. You can wash it right out. All the fabric's really nice. The bed area is huge, and this thing kicks up and actually stays up, and that's really nice for longer people. I hate having my feet hanging off when I'm sleeping. It's got a little skylight. One thing that I've noticed is in the morning, I like it dark, so I actually added a piece of cardboard over this so it would stop the light from coming in, because it's super bright as soon as you wake up. This thing does have AC inside, so you can have either, basically once you turn the AC on, this thing is always blowing. So I sometimes put a pillow in front of here because it actually kind of cools you off pretty good. But you can also open some windows if you want. The LED lighting in this place is really high-end, really nice. Stainless steel fridge. It also has a fridge up there, which I'll show you. Added a toaster oven. It has regular 110, so you can plug that stuff in. Added a coffee machine, sink, additional storage. It's pretty good. You can put your food in here. Storage is always important to look for on a boat. It has a microwave, which is nice. And some additional storage here for clothes. Now this curtain comes out, and you can actually get a little privacy right here. And so as far as sleeping arrangements, you can fit 2 right there. This right here actually becomes a bed. So the way this kicks out, right here, this actually comes out. There's a bed that comes out here. So somebody could sleep out here. Additional TV up here. I added the Amazon Fire, and it works really good with Wi-Fi, or you can connect it to your phone. So that I really enjoy. There's also additional TV down here. And this also turns into another bed. This whole thing slides out, and then this thing kicks out, and you get another bed. So they're really smart with the arrangements here. You also have some additional storage behind this TV. So, so that's the main walk around kind of downstairs. Let me show you some of the more component side of things. So here's the main thing, and coming from a smaller boat, this is again a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of buttons here. So we have shore 1, shore 2. So basically 30 amps here, 30 amps here. We have 2 plugs that plug it in the back, and you have all your different stove outlets, water. Generally, I just leave the battery charging, and then everything else is generally off. Or I leave the refrigerator on because I have some food and things like that in there as well. Here's your 12 volt. So this is when you're driving. Before you turn your engine on, turn these 3 batteries on, put your DC main on, and then you can start driving. Now, if I want the stereo on, I put that on. They do that so it doesn't drain your batteries in case, let's say the TV system was messed up and it was starting to drain your battery, killing your battery. You could instantly shut that off, which is nice. Or your water pump or anything that necessarily went bad, you can individually shut it off. So you generally leave it all off unless we need it, and then we turn it on. That's how we work. And we got the stereo system down here. And there's also auxiliary up in the driving area. It actually has a DVD player here, and also another DVD player under there as well. So a lot of features in this boat. Take you into the bathroom. This right here is your sink and your shower head. I was pleasantly surprised with kind of how the water was, how long the hot water lasted. It didn't seem to run out, and the pressure was relatively good. You have to kind of take this little shower curtain, put this over your door, and you have your area. Flush, you have your add water and your flush, and then the toilet it's kind of like an airplane toilet, if you're used to that. Nice thing about this whole place is the headroom actually on a Monterey. They give you a good amount of headroom here, and especially up here as well. That's super tall, so you're not going to be hitting your head that much. So that's it for the quick walk around. I'm going to give you some demos of me actually driving it, and then some other things like that.